Hi, I'm pleased to introduce the Integ OGT 5 to 25 kilowatt, a three-phase on-grid inverter series. Let's start with the key features of the inverter. With an efficiency of up to 98.6%, leading the industry. The use of silicon carbide MOSFET instead of IGBT is the primary reason behind this high efficiency, outperforming other brands' inverters. This series supports multiple MPPTs, up to 3 MPPTs, providing greater flexibility in designing the PV system. In terms of protection, it offers Type 2 surge protection on both AC and DC sides, ensuring robust electrical security during adverse weather conditions. The inverter supports multiple configuration methods, allowing users to check data or make configurations via the OLED display located in the middle of the front panel, the website monitoring platform, and the Integ app. This variety of configuration methods enhances user convenience. The wide MPPT range, from 160 to 950 volts, expands the maximum power point range, offering more flexibility in designing PV strings. This results in PV strings with higher efficiency and longer working times. The plug-and-play design of the terminal at the bottom ensures a convenient installation process. When paired with a smart meter, the inverter enables 24-hour load consumption monitoring and export limitation functionality. Regarding input current, the inverter supports up to 15 amperes PV input current and up to 30 amperes MPPT input current with MPPT parallel function, making it compatible with most PV panels in the market. Additionally, the inverter can connect to power dispatching devices like the RRCR and DRED, addressing grid demand in specific areas and countries. The inverter features a breath-light design, and we call it I-Light, positioned at the center of the front panel. Different colors and flashing frequencies indicate various working statuses of the inverter, allowing users to easily confirm its working condition at a glance, a convenient and time-saving feature. The gray light indicates no AC output power, while under the blue light, 3 flashing frequencies convey specific meanings. Quick flashing signifies self-checking, slow flashing indicates a waiting status, and rhythmic breathing flashing represents normal working. A red light signals an alarm or fault, and users can review fault information on the display. The OGT 5 to 25 kilowatt series inverter achieves an improved conversion efficiency of up to 98.6%, attributed to the use of silicon carbide MOSFET replacing the traditional IGBT. This update represents a significant leap forward in performance, efficiency, and reliability. Silicon carbide MOSFET enhances power handling capabilities, reduces energy losses, and improves switching speeds, contributing to overall efficiency. Supporting up to 3 MPP trackers, the OGT 5 to 25 kilowatt series inverters enable connecting photovoltaic strings with different orientations, shading problems, or different power levels to different MPP trackers. This flexibility empowers customers to design a photovoltaic system and optimizes the efficiency of each MPP tracker. The inverter incorporates integrated Type 2 surge protection on both AC and DC sides, ensuring higher safety during lightning weather. Additionally, it provides more than 10 types of protections, including over-temperature protection, DC reverse protection, islanding protection, and others, comprehensively safeguarding equipment, individuals, and loads. Integ inverters offer dual channels for easy commissioning, an OLED display, and the Integ Set app. The display allows users to check real-time data and perform configurations directly. The Integ Set app is tailored for local configuration, capable of wireless connection to the inverter even without a network. This proves useful and convenient for initial installations and maintenance. Through the display and Integ Set app, users can manage general settings like language, time, and Modbus settings, as well as advanced settings such as safety codes, grid types, and functions like export limitation and MPPT parallel setting. Here is the bottom view of the inverter. Thanks to its horizontal shell, it provides ample space for installation and maintenance. The OGT 5 to 25 kilowatt series comes in 2 versions, the basic version and the extended version. The main distinction lies in the COM2 port, with the basic version featuring a 5-pin port and the extended version a 20-pin port. Different ports imply variations in the types and methods of external devices they can connect to. Let's go through all the terminals from left to right. In the left picture, the first one is the DC switch, controlling the PV input. Next are the MPP trackers and PV input terminals, displaying 3 MPPTs with 4 PV input terminals in this picture. Following that is the COM1 port, which is a USB terminal for connecting the communication module, providing Wi-Fi, LAN, or 4th-generation communication methods. The basic version has a 5-pin COM2 port, connecting to the data logger or RMK meter to achieve 24-hour monitoring and export limitation functions. The extended version features a 20-pin COM2 port, serving as a multifunctional port that can connect to RMK or RMM meter, power dispatching devices like our RC, R&D, RED, and the emergency stop switch. The OGT 5 to 25 kW series supports a wide operational voltage range from 160 to 950 volts, offering a higher DC/AC ratio. Using a data sheet from high power panels as a reference, when attaching a 580 watt peak power panel with an open circuit voltage of 46.2 volts, the maximum connection of panels is calculated to be 20 pieces, resulting in a maximum connection power of 11.6 kilowatts in one PV string. Therefore, the maximum PV input power can be calculated by the number of MPP trackers, and dividing it by the rated output power yields the DC/AC ratio. The series supports up to 4.64 times DC/AC ratio, even for the largest 25 kilowatt power model, providing a ratio of 1.86 times. This indirectly reflects the strong voltage resistance and overload capacity of the components inside the inverter. Due to the difference in the COM2 port between the basic and extended versions, they require connections to different external devices to realize additional functions. The basic version can generate power by itself and connect the RMK meter for 24-hour load monitoring and export limitation. By connecting the data logger, the basic version can also connect power dispatching devices like our RC, R&D, RED, the emergency stop switch, and RMM meter. As for the extended version, it can independently connect to power dispatching devices and an emergency stop switch, and also has the option for external connections. When paired with an RMM meter, export limitation can be achieved, but 24-hour consumption monitoring cannot. However, if paired with an RMK meter, all functions can be realized. Here, I'd like to briefly introduce the differences between the RMM meter and RMK meter. The RMK meter is typically powered by the grid and has an independent communication module, allowing it to communicate with the server through a router. So it can detect the data and upload to server throughout the day. On the other hand, the RMM meter lacks a communication module, relying on the inverter's communication module to upload data. If the RMM meter pairs with an on-grid inverter, data from nighttime won't be uploaded to the server since the on-grid inverter is inactive during the night. Consequently, the 24-hour load monitoring function cannot be achieved with an RMM meter paired with an on-grid inverter. This is a brief explanation, and for specific details, please refer to the introductory video of the smart meter. In addition to the basic and extended versions, this series also includes a Plus version for the 8 to 15 kilowatt power option. The Plus version, compared to the normal version, features more MPP trackers and PV input terminals, making it more suitable for connecting PV strings with multiple orientations, powers, or brands, and accommodating larger DC oversizing demands. This page illustrates the 24-hour load consumption management system, consisting of the inverter, RMK smart meter, CT, load, and grid meter. In terms of wiring, the inverter connects to the meter via RS485 cable, as shown in the picture. The RMK smart meter communicates with the router through Wi-Fi or LAN to upload data to the Integ cloud. The power value at point 1 represents the inverter's output power. The CT connected to the smart meter detects the current in each single phase, providing the power value at point 2. Additionally, the power value at point 3 denotes the load consumption. During the daytime, the power values at points 1 and 2 can be read on the monitoring platform, with the power value at point 3 calculated as the power value at points 1 subtracts point 2. At night, with no power at point 1, the power value at point 2 can be read by the meter, and the load consumption at point 3 equals the power value at point 2. This is the fundamental principle of the 24-hour load consumption management system. The OGT series is compatible with energy dispatching devices like our RCR and DRED, which are safety regulations requiring the inverter to respond to grid commands and limit power export by a certain percentage based on grid loading ability. The OGT series inverters support connection to energy dispatching devices to limit the percentage of feed and output power through different switch modes, as indicated in the table. For the OGT 5 to 25 kW series, inverters support a 15 amperes PV input current in one PV terminal and can also support 30 amperes input current through MPPT input or MPPT parallel function. The mainstream PV panels currently available in the market typically currents ranging from 13 to 14 amperes, and some high-power 210 mm PV panels reaching currents exceeding 15 amperes. Therefore, the maximum PV input current 15 amperes and maximum MPPT input current 30 amperes are compatible with most 182 mm and 210 mm mainstream PV panels in the market. Choosing an inverter with a lower input current may restrict the power generation, leading to power loss. However, such power loss can be avoided by choosing Integ inverters. The Integ inverter features an emergency stop protection function, utilizing an external switch connected to the inverter through the COM2 ports pins 3 and 4. This switch allows users to cut off the AC output simply by pressing it, providing a useful safety measure in case of accidents. Note that only the extended version supports the emergency stop function, while the basic version requires an additional installation of a data logger. In summary, the highlights of the OGT 5 to 25 kW series include a compact and lightweight design, 19 to 24 kilograms, providing more convenient for installers. Multiple protocols compatibility for smart home integration. The plug-and-play connectors for convenient installation, multiple versions catering to different market demands, over 10 integrated protections, including Type 2 surge protection on both DC and AC sides, and the integration of multiple MPP trackers for enhanced flexibility in system design. This is the entire content of the introduction video of the Integ OGT 5-25 kW series. If you have any questions or suggestions, please feel free to contact us. See you in the next video.